Development Officer for the St. Petersburg College Foundation, and I'm honored to be here with you. Today, we are very happy to have Marilyn Michael and students from the St. Petersburg College Music Department providing our entertainment. These students are outstanding examples of both the quality of our music department and the accomplishments of our scholarship recipients that you help support. I would like to take a moment to recognize some members of the Foundation's Board of Directors that are here with us today. Ken Chervin, Board Chair, Bill Law, College President, Joe Blanton, Teresa Furness, Beth Horner, Bill McLeod, Steve Shepard, Sean Shikapuri, Dave Zillig, and Francis New, Executive Director. We also have 3 Directors Emeriti in attendance: Al May, Helen Leslie, and Thelma Rothman. We are celebrating the importance of the Foundation Scholarship Program and the role it plays in our lives. We're all here for a different reason, and each of us has our own personal story to tell. Today, you will hear a small sample of these stories told from the perspective of college leadership, board members, students, and staff. These stories will help paint a picture of the passion, commitment, and opportunities found within this room. They show the importance of the value of an education. More importantly, a St. Petersburg College education. On behalf of the Foundation, I would like to give a very special thank you to RBC Wealth Management and Miles Green for sponsoring our event again this year. Miles, we really do appreciate your support, and I would like to invite you up to say a few words.
Thank you, Tiffany. I'm Miles Green with RBC Wealth Management, and I'm glad to be here, and I want to thank you all for coming here. RBC is very proud to be a sponsor of this event, which highlights the academic achievement of these outstanding St. Pete College students, and also the donors that help open the door to academic achievement. Thank you for having us, and thank you for coming.
Let's take a moment to give thanks before we enjoy our meals and fellowship. Mrs. Carol Dowd, a longtime friend of the Foundation, has helped close to 100 students through her family's Self-Reliance Scholarship Fund. Carol will be giving our invocation.
Thank you, Tiffany. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day and for this lovely luncheon arranged by the Board of Directors and the staff. We thank you for the many generous donors who have so generously given scholarships, provided scholarships for needy students. And we thank you for the students who have, through many, many hours of work, set goals, achieved those goals, and continued on until graduation. We're so very proud of you. And we thank you for this food, and we ask that you use it for nourishment for our bodies. Amen.
It reminds me, and I noticed the next speaker is going to say, follow your passion. And it reminds me of what one of my mentors told me when I first got into business. And I said, it's going to be a long, hard, tough road. I don't know which way it's going to take me. And he said, remember 3 things. First of all, always do the right thing. Second, believe in yourself. And third was make a difference and follow your passion. And it's nice to see that our next speaker is going to talk about following their passion. Well, I'm pleased to report to you, overall, the St. Pete College Foundation will award $1 million in scholarships this year. How about a round of applause for that? These scholarships are made possible through the compassion and generosity of donors like yourself, those of you who are with us today. But thank you also for coming out today and sharing this wonderful luncheon with us. Your giving is helping us transform the lives of over 1,500 students last year that received individual scholarships. These students will go on to be nurses, teachers, IT specialists, business professionals, just to name a few of the majors, and will enhance the quality of life in our community for years to come. And your generosity is catching on. Not only are you helping the students achieve their dreams, but you are role models for others in our community to become involved with the work of the college. And the numbers are starting to bear this out. Over the last 2 years, we've seen a 39% increase in the number of contributions to our scholarship program. So thank you. Today you're going to hear from 3 of our scholarship recipients. For me, these students reinforce the importance and the power of the Foundation Scholarship Program. My congratulations to these 3 students and to all the students here today. I'm very pleased to introduce our first student speaker. Joy Gann is enrolled in the music program at St. Pete Gibbs College. And among her many accomplishments, Ms. Gann has had the very unique opportunity this past summer when she helped plan the logistics of President Obama's visit to our Seminole campus and served on the welcoming committee. So please help me welcome Ms. Joy Gann.
Good afternoon. My name is Dorothy Joy Gann. I prefer to go by my middle name, Joy. I think it suits me better. I am a recipient of a Foundation Scholarship, in particular, the Dr. Michael M. and Beverly B. Bennett Memorial Scholarship. In the past, I have received the Alfred T. May Alumni Scholarship, which I got to meet him earlier, and that was such a pleasure. And I am very grateful and honored to be here today with the people who are making my education a success. I am 19 years old, and I'm pursuing my Associate in Arts degree here at St. Petersburg College. When I was little, people told me that I could be whatever I wanted to be. And I suppose when I got to middle school, I kind of forgot that. I thought, I'll be a pharmacist. And I chose that solely for the money. And I didn't love that. I didn't have a passion for that, the way I have a passion for singing. I want to become a professor of voice at a prestigious arts university or conservatory when I graduate. I am studying voice with an amazing instructor who I am blessed to be studying with, Dr. Marilyn Michael. Learning and perfecting the art of classical singing is something that reaches deep down to the core of who I am and makes me feel whole. I hope to achieve that for others one day. I was born in the Philippines, and I came to the United States at a very young age. A couple years after arriving to the States, my mom became a single mother, and it was just her and me from there on. My mother is an employee for the college at the district office. I am very active at the Seminole campus, where I am the vice president of student government, and this position has taught me so much about servant leadership and scheduling my days carefully and dealing with a $196,000 budget, but a great experience all in all. But enough about me. I really want to thank the patrons, the employees in the Foundation's department, the people who review all of the applications, and everyone in between. You have lifted a massive weight off of my shoulders. I'm able to get to class and know that my tuition is paid for, that I have all of my supplies and my books, and I am prepared for the road ahead. I have transportation. I have people who genuinely care, who want the leaders of tomorrow to come from St. Petersburg College. You have created opportunities for me and for other students who are just like me to work diligently toward their academic goals. Thank you.
Bill McLeod has been helping St. Petersburg College students for over a decade. He was instrumental in the establishment of the Gibbs Junior College Alumni Scholarship Fund in 2006. And just last year, he established his own Bill McLeod Veolia Transportation Scholarship for students interested in science, technology, engineering, and math programs. He has also taken over responsibility of serving as the first scholarship committee chair for the Foundation's Board of Directors. I'm pleased to introduce Mr. Bill McLeod.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is a pleasure to be here today to share with you why I do what I do, and to share with you the importance, I believe, that education will play in the role in the future of this country, because competition is global. I think community colleges are uniquely positioned to really have an impact on how we are able to compete globally, because it's flexible, it's quick, it can get a skill and a talent out on the street in a minimum amount of time. Well-trained, well-diverse programs that really benefit the local community. And I'm honored to be part of a program here at St. Petersburg College under the leadership of Bill Law and Nancy Francis, who have done a tremendous job with the foundation and the leadership under Gann. As you look around and as you go through, and as I have an opportunity to travel around the world, education truly is a window to the world. It offers you an opportunity to see many, many things and be involved in many things. So how did I get involved in terms of trying to be a part of what I call giving back? Well, my history goes back to the point that I was the first generation person out of my family to go to college, and understanding the importance of having that opportunity. I grew up on a farm in North Florida, and I can tell you, I understand what picking cotton is because I've done it. And so for me to get that opportunity to come and go to school, and then to be able to participate on the world stage as an executive on an international company has been a wonderful experience for me. But I'm also a graduate of St. Petersburg College, and with a degree in mechanical engineering. So I understand that. So when I returned to the area in 2005, I wanted to get involved in the community. So I got involved with Gibbs Junior College Alumni Association. We established an endowment with the foundation here, and we began to raise money. And we've awarded over 45 scholarships to students. And then we wanted to move further and doing bigger things and better things. But it takes a whole community to do these things. It takes the business community partnering with the schools, it takes the nonprofits, and it takes donors like you who are willing to make a difference. You know, we have a space of time. The good Lord gives us a start date and an end date. We have control of that dash. And how you deal with that dash is what's important. Now, you can let it float away and go and do whatever. Or you can say yes, as you've been saying, to St. Petersburg College and the foundation. You can say yes to those students that you have seen spoke here. Some of them I run into, my calendar every month has got a note that is usually centered around a doctor's appointment. And when I go there and I ask some of these technicians, where did you go to school? They would say St. Petersburg College. I have a dental appointment next week. Now, I chose that dental service because they had an advertisement that said that they cater to cowards. That's why I go there, because I'm a coward when it comes to the dentist. The young lady there, who's the hygienist, is a St. Petersburg College grad. So I go there with comfort in knowing there is no pain. She guarantees me that. But they speak very fondly of their professors, the caring that comes out of St. Petersburg College and the faculty and what's going on. Each one of them can quote me and names of their favorite professor. I always ask them that. So I say to you donors, make a difference, continue to make a difference, continue to say yes, because it is critical that we continue to support this community, this college, and I know that dash will be a dash that is a rewarding part of your life. Thank you so very much, and God bless you and continue to give. Now I'd like to introduce a young man, Mr. Corliss. Where's Greg? Who's going to share with us about gratitude. And I'm very proud of this young man. And you'll understand why. Greg?
Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Craig Corliss. I'm a computer and web programming major at the Seminole campus here at SPC. I'd like to tell you just a little bit about how my life has changed 180 degrees in the last few years. I moved here from Philadelphia about 7 years ago, and I was working for the Clearwater Police when I learned that I was a diabetic. Unfortunately, I had to leave that job. I couldn't continue working it, and I had to accept disability payments. The condition left me with severe nerve damage, and I was unable to work. For nearly 2 years, I was unable to leave my family's home. I thought I'd never again have a normal life or a normal job. My sister was taking classes at St. Petersburg College. She convinced me to sign up, take classes, try to get a degree in web design, something that I'd always been interested in, and something that theoretically I could do from home. Because I was unable to work, and I was living on the kindness of my family, I was barely able to afford my classes and try to contribute something to the household with the financial aid that I was receiving. For the past 2 years, my education and opportunities at St. Petersburg College have been my first and only priority. This semester, I'm enrolled in 21 credits in addition to my work and responsibilities for Phi Theta Kappa and the Student Government Association. The scholarships that I've earned, including the Bank of America Dreammaker Scholarship, have been what allow me to continue. Where 2 years ago, I did not believe I would even have a future. Now I'm the president of Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society on the Seminole campus. I'm an executive board member of the Student Government Association, and I'm set to graduate this semester. Earlier this month, I was named to the All-Florida academic team. Thanks to the scholarships that I was awarded, I've been able to continue my education, which led to my obtaining an internship last fall with Cox Media Group, a large marketing firm in the Tampa Bay area. They operate 6 major radio stations in Tampa Bay. You may have heard of some of them: 97X, 102 The Bone, Hot 101.5, Magic 94.9, 107.3 The Eagle, and The Dove. Before the internship was even half completed, I was hired and became a digital producer for Cox Media Group, where I work today. In a matter of 2 years, I've transitioned from having no direction and little hope for the future to having a position I love with a great company. Plans to graduate in May and transfer to obtain my 4-year degree in mobile application development, and a truly bright outlook on life. To say that SPC and the generosity of those of you present have changed my life would be a massive understatement. I cannot begin to thank everyone responsible, but I will try to pay the opportunities granted to me forward as I continue in my career. As I look around this room, I see the scholars that I'm proud to stand among, and I see the people who support us. Those who see us as an investment in the future, and as a group worthy of standing behind. To Bank of America, and to all of the amazing donors that we have here today, thank you. Thank you for truly making my dream a reality, and thank you for believing in all of us. I hope that we can make you as proud as I am right now.
Good afternoon. My name is Teresa Afifi, and I served as the scholarship coordinator for the 2012-2013 academic year. First, I would like to acknowledge, and I hope you can applaud them as well, for their hard work for putting this event together. Francis New, our foundation's executive director, Tiffany Hughes, the foundation's development officer, and whom has been emceeing this event today, and Christy Kuhn, our office manager. When Frances originally asked me to speak, I was shocked, excited, honored, a little scared. But then reality set in, and I realized there were so many highlights that occurred during this academic year that I didn't know what I wanted to address. After several weeks of pondering and weeding through several topics, I was inspired by the planning of this event, teamwork. Taking a step back and looking at the scholarship program as a whole, I was able to see that we work together as a team, all of us within this room. A team working towards a common goal, from our donors investing in our students to the almost 100 committees reviewing the hundreds of applications we receive each semester, to the students who submit the thank you letters, committing themselves to giving back to our community. I have been fortunate to work alongside and in collaboration with each and every one of you as we look to better our community through the education of the students at St. Petersburg College, and in hopes that this team will soon grow. It is this team work that makes the foundation, as well as St. Petersburg College, so successful. Thank you for allowing me to be part of your team. Our next speaker, I was fortunate to meet this past fall. She is a recent alum. This December, she graduated from the radiography program and decided to move on into the Health Services Administration bachelor's program. It is my pleasure to introduce you to Ms. Pamela Calloway.
Good afternoon, Dr. Law, scholarship donors, faculty, staff, and guests. My name is Pamela Calloway, and because of you, I stand here before you today a success. Your generosity, your encouragement, and your belief in me have helped make me what I am today. Some of you may already know my story, but let me take you back to where I began this journey 6 years ago. I've been an at-home mom of 4 for 18 years, working odd jobs here and there. I've been married for 20 years, in which the last few years turned physically abusive, along with the continuing emotional abuse. I took on 2 jobs, hoping to establish myself in order to be able to escape from my situation. We separated violently in March of 2006. While working 70 hours a week in retail and taking care of the children, I was made to realize the only jobs I could obtain with my current job skills and education would not support my family. A friend told me about Women on the Way Challenge Center at St. Pete College. I knew I couldn't do this on my own. But with the help and the guidance of the program and its director, Sharon Coyle, and later Shirley Crumley, I enrolled at SPC in August of 2007. It took every ounce of courage I had to attend those first few classes. I felt stupid and out of my depth, and quite frankly, sick to my stomach. But I persevered, knowing this was the best thing I could do for myself and my children. I was surprised and pleased in receiving my first test scores. I was not stupid or worthless, as I heard for so many years. I can succeed. My confidence and self-esteem began to return. In April of 2008, my estranged husband committed suicide from a drug overdose. He was 50 years old. Our 13-year-old daughter found him when she came home from school. That night and the days that followed were a living nightmare. My children were inconsolable, and I was unprepared for how hard it hit me. I now had to raise them alone with no family close by. The funeral was the day before my algebra final. Needless to say, I failed. I had to repeat the course. However, I persevered. In completion, I received an A for the class. As a result of the marital separation and later his father's death, my then 15-year-old son began acting out, which led to drugs and trouble with the law. He has since cleaned himself up with rehab and is currently attending a trade school and working his electrical apprenticeship. In fact, my entire family is now doing great. All of us are attending college or have attended college and earned degrees. I feel very blessed at how far we have come and how much love and respect we have for each other after all we've been through. I completed the prereqs for the radiology program and was one of the 22 students accepted. While waiting the start of the program, I completed the last 3 classes needed for my associate's degree. I graduated cum laude at the same time my 20-year-old daughter received her AA degree. After 2 rigorous years in the radiography program, I graduated with honors this last December. By the way, I'm currently looking for work in that field. I can't say enough about St. Pete College. It has been my lifeline. From the professors, to the tutors, to the mentors, to the WOW program, and especially the SPC Foundation donors. Your generosity had made it financially possible for me to attend and succeed in college. You have done a very noble thing, pulling this grateful woman out of the dark hole that was my life. I felt like I couldn't let so many people down who believed in me even when I didn't believe in myself. It made me strive harder to succeed. I am confident I will continue to succeed. I have lived through all these devastations and difficulties over the last 6 years and will continue to pursue my dreams. Thank you for investing in my future.
These success stories that you've heard here today, and really what success stories they are, they don't belong solely to the students who live them. I believe that they belong to all of St. Petersburg College, and they are a reflection of our new values and mission. President Bill Law came to us with a leadership style based on student focus and improving the lives of those who enroll in SPC. He has worked tirelessly to analyze the student experience in and out of the classroom, from registration and advising to reducing student loan debt after graduation. The corporate culture at St. Petersburg College is changing, and it is my pleasure to introduce to you today the man responsible for moving us forward, Dr. Bill Law.
Well, thank you very much, Tiffany. Thank you all. So many familiar faces, so many friends and folks that have been supportive of what we are doing in our community and what we have done for a long, long time. I often say, the astronaut who steps out of the space capsule that's going 18,000 miles an hour, he or she didn't cause it to go 18,000 miles an hour, but they're all going 18,000 miles an hour together, okay? And what we're doing together. There's a lot of moving parts, and it's really my job to make the parts come together in a way that build on each other and move forward. Let me take just a second, though, and you see the smile come across my face when I get to talk about our students. And we do this all the time. Looking at Joy, though, we've worked together on a variety of things. She's a wonderful part of our team, and Craig, your story is it's exactly what we want. I wish we had some other board members here so they could hear about the internship that worked and the intake process that worked and the special support that worked and things that our wonderful board has encouraged. And Pamela, your story is the story of our colleges. One of our value structures is that access changes a student's self-perception. Degrees and certificates change their lives. We couldn't have a better display of that. Pamela's perception of herself changed when she could engage with us. Her life and her children's lives changed when she experienced the success of a degree or certificate. So I'm going to use your story. I won't use your name, but I'm going to use your story, okay? So thanks so much. When I say that we have to put it all together, we have so many people who helped us. I mean, you've seen our board is here, the foundation board, and please know that your dollars are incredibly well managed by this foundation board. And we have some of the most successful business leaders in our community helping us with the investment plan, the management plan, the business plan for our foundation, and they take great pride in donating their time to us. But it is something that allows me to sleep with what little sleep I can get. There's always something else to worry about, is what I'm saying. I don't worry about this part. I worry about other parts. There are a couple people, though, that if I tell you that we're doing it all together, I want to point out that we have with us today the president of the St. Petersburg College Faculty Senate, Rich Mercadante. Rich, would you just stand up, okay? Rich represents our faculty. He's you know, the faculty are our stock in trade. The value of what we do occurs when our faculty interact with our students. The rest of us have to make the conditions right for all of that to be successful, but the classroom experience is what I think makes the biggest difference and that's really important for us. Rich and his colleagues are doing a fabulous job. And then one of the things we've done is to engage, you'd be surprised, some of the people who are most in touch with students are our classified staff, the secretarial, the buildings and grounds folks, the people who brush up against students every day. And with us today, J.R. Lenges, who's with our facilities. J.R. has worked, he works with me on our Career Employees Advisory Committee. He's worked for us for 30 years and really knows so much about our college. Nobody is a bigger supporter of what we're doing for our students than JR and his colleagues. You had a chance to, certainly our students do great work, but I just need to let you know, people are walking the walk, talking and walking the walk. I don't know if it's supposed to be a surprise or not, but Bill McLeod, through his generosity, has just recently given us an additional $15,000 gift in support of our students. Bill, thank you for your... Let's have all the students stand up. If you're a student at St. Petersburg College, stand up. As I tell everybody, young and old, black and white, boys and girls, we are the community, and we do such a great deal. We're working on 5 very important things. We're on a lot of things, but working on trying to get everybody focused. We're working on 5 very important things, and it's starting to pay dividends. You hear it in our students. First is a fundamental orientation to college. What is it going to take when you're in college? What is the shift from where you've been to the shift to where you're going? What can you expect of us? What we're going to expect of you? What are the nature of the services that we're going to provide? How do you access those services? First and foremost, a face-to-face orientation. Secondly, every student will have an individual learning plan. Not a do-it-yourself learning plan, but a plan of how I'm going to move through this institution to get to the finish line, to be successful. You know, Bill, every one of our students will end up having to manage their own health care. Trust me, I'm not making a political statement. I'm telling you, you and I are probably far enough along where somebody else can care for us, okay? But they need to have skills in managing their finances, in managing their health, and managing their own education and self-development. We should be teaching them those skills. 8,500 students already have a learning plan in place at the college. Our goal was to be at 3,500 by this point. We made the mistake of letting the word out, and the students found it, and they are doing it themselves. Think we found something worthwhile? 8,500 students have an active learning plan in place. I suspect that we can double that by this time next year. Learning plan, so a student knows how they're getting through the institution and they understand how that works. Third, an early warning system. Working with our faculty and others, when a student goes to class and our faculty sees that the student hasn't shown up, maybe one day, maybe 2 days in a row, the faculty member makes an effort to find that student. Faculty do a great job reaching out to students. We didn't do this because faculty weren't doing their job. We're doing it because we want to make sure that faculty can keep focusing on what they're responsible for. But the faculty member just has to punch a button, and that student's alert now goes to somebody whose job it is to find that student, keep them in place, engage with them before they fall off the edge, before they can no longer be saved for the semester. Life intrudes. I missed a day because, the car wouldn't start. Oh, all is lost. I'll give up. No, don't give up. We want you here tomorrow, okay? But somebody has to say that to you. So we have the learning plan in place. The fourth area that we do all the time is out-of-class learning. The fourth major area is out-of-class learning, so that there is we have shifted the thinking of the college to say we have tons of out-of-class. You've got to be a pretty diligent student, don't you, to avoid the help? Okay, but there are students who will avoid the help. And we are shifting our thinking from that help is available when you're in trouble to shifting our thinking to saying the help is there to keep you from getting in trouble. Massive shift in the way we organize those resources, reach out to our students. It's paying huge dividends for us. And then the fifth part is fundamental, a very early engagement with students on career planning. It can be lots of things. We've seen a whole range of careers here today, okay? We see students in music, we see students in the healthcare industries, we see students in the IT-related industries. It can be whatever we want. Students do better when they know why they're with us. It's really hard to go to school every day if you don't know where the finish line is and what you're trying to do. So we want students to be well briefed and well supported in their career choices. So our 5-point plan is being managed by our campus provost and our staff. I think we've got the whole organization. It's working. It's working. We're seeing it get some traction now. Think of it. We have 33,000 students. So getting everybody on the same page takes a lot of energy. We have 7 campuses or sites. I was from a little family, but this is just like having 7 siblings. I mean, they all hear Dad, but they don't all hear it the same way every time. You have to kind of repeat it a couple of times, and we don't want them to be identical. We want each of the campuses to have their own flavor, but we want them to serve students uniformly well and move them forward. And then, your support is just so important. The legislatures meet and we get the report today. They're going to give us a few more dollars. They're going to cut a few dollars. That's not who we are at St. Petersburg College. We have thousands of employees. We have 350 or 400 faculty. We have people who care about students. They're not cutting any of that. They're cutting a few bucks at the edge. They may give us a little more, but they can't cut us enough from being first class, and they can't give us enough money to make us first class if we don't take ownership in what we're doing and move the ball forward. So I don't get myself too concerned about up 1%, down 1%, that sort of thing. But I will tell you what makes a difference that cuts through all that: donor support. Knowing that there's $1 million worth of scholarships for us to continue to advertise and market and to reach out into our community, knowing that your help will be there as we go forward, is fundamental to our success. This foundation continues to do great work in the support of the kinds of where a few dollars can allow a faculty member to do something new in his or her class and move forward, and the faculty member feels your support. And certainly the students. I mean, we all breathe the same air. If I'm having a bad day, I just need to walk across the campus and talk to students. My bad day goes away. They help me. But I'm like you. I fund a scholarship, and when I get that thank you note for the William D. Law Senior Scholarship or the Dorothy Law Scholarship, it's special. It's special. And I get to work with students every day, but when I get a thank you from one of our students who says, your donation allows me to keep moving forward, I'm telling you, it brings tears to my eyes, like now. So thank you for what you do. Keep doing it. Stay focused with us. If you have any concerns or suggestions, we're open to those. Francis and her team, if they're really hard things, I'll make sure Francis gets on them right away. Okay, if they're really easy things, I'll call you back. Okay, that's the way the org works, and I'm getting pretty good at that. But I just have to tell you, I couldn't be prouder. Finishing my 3rd year here, every single person has worked very hard to make the transition from a long-standing leadership that took this college in places it never dreamed of to the next step, building on all of those successes and trying to reach yet new heights. I think we're headed in exactly the right direction. Thank you all for being here. Come back. Keep those cards and letters coming in, okay? Thanks so much.
Thank you, Dr. Law. And again, thank you to everyone for being here with us today. Our scholarship program can only be as dynamic as the people who help us build it. And I hope that you would agree with me that together we have built a pretty fantastic resource for students at St. Petersburg College. And students, please take a good look around the room before you leave today. I hope that one day down the road, when you find yourself in the position to give back to the students that follow you, this event will have served as an inspiration for you to do so. And believe me, that day will come way faster than you ever know. And one last thing before we have our final closing performance, if you would take a look at the back of your programs, one person at each table has an SPC seal, and that person can take home the beautiful floral centerpiece in the table as a token of our gratitude. And if it's between you, you get to fight. I see you back there. Thank you to everyone, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I really hope I see you here next year. Thank you.